Happy New Year, my YouTubers. So I wanted to provide you guys an update on where I am. I am at month 2. I'm actually about 9 weeks into recovery. And a little bit further into the video, I'm going to show you a little bit of video on the scars. So the biggest challenges right now at month 2 in recovery are 1, swell hell, and 2, trying to work on getting rid of the scars, right? Swell hell, though, is my biggest concern, okay, right now. I do have to go back in for a revision. I may try to take you guys with me in sound. I'm sure that the plastic surgeon doesn't want me, his face shown. I haven't even provided you guys his name because overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, surgery up here with the error that he made in nipples being too high, I'd give him about a 7. I'd give him a C. Okay. We will see what happens on the revision. The liposuction right now, I am in swell hell, plus there are just certain things that I'm not really, I would probably give him, on a scale of 1 to 10, a 5. Now, I realize most people aren't here to hear about the liposuction part because that's not your focus. For the most part, you're here to talk about breast reduction. And I still would suggest and recommend that if you're going to lay on the table and have them reduce your breasts, you still need something to be done here because in most cases, women who accumulate most of their fat here, which is me. If you look at my arms are pretty lean. My legs and thighs are pretty lean. I am like my mother and my grandmother, her mother, my mother's mother, and my mother, and my sister, and many of my cousins. We hold our weight from here. I don't know if the camera is going down to there to here. So when you go in and you reduce this, what happens is, because where you are accumulating your fat is in here, then you got a belly that's sticking out too, right? So the plastic surgeon went in and he took out a good amount of fat in the midsection, but I'm not looking the way that I want to look. I think today, for example, I woke up and I'm swelling a little bit, and I swell at different times depending on what's going on. If I've been very active, it depends on what I'm eating. At my age, and I'm talking midsection, we're gonna get to the breast in a minute. I'm talking midsection mostly. At my age, carbohydrates are the devil. Okay, they really are. Now, you absolutely need to have carbohydrates in your body to move forward. But I'm talking complex carbohydrates, and it's not necessarily at my age. I started noticing this probably at about age 28. Age 28 is when I first noticed a change in my body. Now, science and research basically says that after a certain age, and it's in your 20s or so, I think, and so you lose a certain amount of muscle tone. And as you lose that muscle, your metabolism slows down. So unless you're doing something like weightlifting, weight-bearing exercises to keep your body from losing that muscle tone, your metabolism is going to slow down. Therefore, you're going to gain weight if you don't make the adjustment in your calories. But not only calories, because I don't believe all calories are the same. There are calories from carbohydrates and there are calories from protein. Okay. So I'm trying to look at my carbohydrates. I don't know. I'm having a bad day. And that's okay. This is a good day to film because I don't want to BS you guys. I want to give you truth and facts about my experience so that you're prepared. So I'm sort of dealing with the swell hell in the abs. Now, on to the breast reduction. It is going pretty well. I have my days here and there, good days and bad days. Some days I look at my breasts and I feel like they're the size that I wanted them to be. recalling when I went in for the plastic surgery, I was at a 38 double D. I told the plastic surgeon that I wanted to be a large A or small B. Okay. Now, honestly, at 2 months, I still have not gone in for a bra fitting. I still am sticking with my sports bras and the initial bras that I purchased, right? Because I don't want to get into the scarring from the underwires and all of that. So I'm really sticking to the softer bra. But I do have those mornings and those days where I look at them and I feel like they're too big still. I'm still like, there's still too much fullness. I don't want all this fullness. As far as my back goes, I have not had. I felt one twinge in my lower back one day, and it was something like I went down to the bathtub for my daughter and I stood up and I could feel like it was the beginning of one of those inflammation periods. I took some ibuprofen, I was fine. Those situations where my back goes out, like knocks me out for days, okay? So I've not had one of those, knock on wood. I don't know, I don't think that's wood. I don't know what that is, but knock on wood. I haven't had one of those days since the surgery, which is good. So that's nice. But for the vanity's sake and the visual sake, when I went in, I wanted less. Now the beauty is this, I am going in for the revision. Now I am starting to feel a little bit of sensation in this breast. So at 2 months, if you remember in the beginning, I could feel a little bit in one, but now, yeah, I'm feeling sensation. I love that I'm feeling sensation. Now, I will say this, I hear other women say, oh yes, I have full sensation in my breasts. It's not the same sensation for me. Now, the sensation for me, take the kitties out the room. The sensation for me was always linked to, how should I say this? A sexual arousal type thing. Like, you wanted that because, during those times you want to feel. It's not the same thing. It's not. I feel there, but it's not linked to nothing. It's just that I can feel it. Overall, I think once we go in for that revision and he suctions out the fat to make the nipple come down, to make it, then I think that I may also have the size breast that I originally wanted. And sometimes I get sort of mad about that. Here is a suggestion for you, for those who are thinking about having the surgery. Okay. Go in with some pictures. Like, I didn't go in with pictures because I sort of felt like that's going into a hairstylist and you're saying, I want my hair to look like that, but your hair texture, your hair density, everything is very different. So to expect your stylist to do or to provide you that look, sometimes it's a little bit like pie in the sky, ridiculous. So I didn't. I pretty much just basically went into the surgeon and said, I want to be smaller, I want to be this size or that size, and that's it. Okay. And I remember him saying, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out more here so you're fuller here, and I think that just looks really nice. That was his opinion. That's what he thinks. First of all, he's a man. Okay? No problem with men here. But he's not walking around. Men making decisions for women's bodies, no. Okay, and I didn't. I was so caught up in just having it done then that I didn't go, wait a minute. I don't care what you like. This is my body, okay? So for one, he's a man. He's going based on what this one single man finds appealing, okay? So that's a problem, okay? For two, he's not walking around in my body. He's just basically not walking my life. He's not working in the jobs that I work in. He's not living the lifestyle that I'm living. He's not out there trying to run. He's not trying to do any of those things. So for me to rely solely on this one person to decide on how my body is going to look, no. So have some idea. Even if you feel stupid walking in there with 5 pictures of this is what I want my body to look like, do it. You'd rather do it then and look sort of stupid and whatever, but be very clear, than to leave it up to the surgeon. Now, if you have a female surgeon, I really think the female surgeon may be a little more in tune with what you are saying. And this is just from my experience, my limited experience. But a male surgeon, if you walk in and you say, this is what I want, and keep in mind that this surgeon probably has more females coming in for implants who want to be fuller than he has women coming in for reductions. Okay, so his mindset, the norm is to make a woman look fuller, not to make her look smaller. So when you say, I want a large A or a small B, that's sort of ridiculous in his mind. He's like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna make you look good. What looks good to him, based on his experience, is a fuller chest. Be very clear of what it is that you want when you walk into the surgeon's office, and make sure that you are very clear about him understanding what you want, him or her. Again, in hindsight, I think I probably would have chosen a female for breast reduction. That's just me, because I just think females understand more, and they can do breast implants for larger and reductions. And when a female comes in and says to them, I want to be smaller, a lot smaller, she's going to understand her journey more so than a man. That's just my opinion. Argue with me if you like. But the scars. In the beginning, I was just using Scar Zone, ointment and Ambi. I noticed a slight change in the scarring, but I didn't see the level of reduction. Like the scars felt ropey. Like where the incisions are, I could feel, and it felt like very thick, and I guess it's scar tissue, it just felt like ropes. So I decided to try to use the Mederma strips. So I've used them for 1 week. I do notice a difference in, let's say, that thickness. The thickness is going down, which is beautiful. Of course, the darkness is not going away at the level that I was hoping, because it was such a deep incision that it's probably going to take me about 6 months to really like get the darkness of the scarring to fade to the level that I want. I know that it's always going to be apparent if you're really looking at me that I had some type of surgery. Now, the surgeon was excellent with these scars down here. They're so light, even at 2 months, that I know by 6 months, you really are barely gonna see them. The scarring, the incisions on the sides are pretty hefty. On one side, it's the left side. Oh, the scar, it looks pretty thick. The scar on the right side is not as bad. So if this is the nipple, right around it, I guess is where the surgeon did the incisions or the stitches. There is a little bit of discoloration, but it's a lighter color. It's really sort of interesting. It's a lighter color. You have to be staring at it. So that is more so obvious on the left nipple. The right nipple is not totally round like this. It's a little, not like crazy oblong, but it's like, not, yeah, it's sort of, the shaping isn't totally circular. It's a little, so I may have to, okay. What I want to do is have this man complete the revision. Okay, do what he's going to do. I may go into a different surgeon, and you all can follow me on that, and have my nipples tattooed. They basically tattoo coloring back onto the nipple to just give you a more perfect round nipple with perfect coloring. So this isn't, keep in mind that for you, as in I think a lot of people, the surgery may not just be you go in, you have it done, the end, everything is beautiful. Revisions may be required and are often required. So what else can I tell you about this? Oh, sleeping. Sleeping. I'm totally sleeping on my stomach. Okay. Basically, my camera died. So I am going to keep this simple. I was updating you on where I am. I am at week 9, so 2 months in a week almost, post plastic surgery. All is well, you know. No regrets still about having had the procedure done. Things are not perfect. I'm going to have the revision. We already knew that. I'm not necessarily feeling the abs right now, but I think I'm going through what I've read and seen other people talk about, which is swell hell. And today's just one of those days where I'm swollen and I don't really know why, other than I haven't looked at the calendar and counted, and maybe I'm about to have my period. I don't know. But yeah, there are days when I look and I'm just like, oh, I like, and then a day like today and my weight's no different, and I'm just like, what the heck? What is all this belly? I still have belly. And even though I'm complaining about the belly, it's still a whole heck of a lot better than it was prior to the surgery. So yeah, I will come back and update you guys. Like I said, I may take you with me to the appointment with the surgeon. You won't be able to see him, but you'll hear what he has to say. And that will probably be the next update. But I also want to provide you guys a video on how to prepare your mind, body, and spirit for breast reduction or any type of plastic surgery. And that video will come from the comments that I've gotten and the email that I've gotten from people with questions about the surgery and their concerns, etc. And so there are some errors that I made, primarily in preparing my daughter for the surgery, and she's 5. And how you sort of answer some of the questions that people ask about, well, you had surgery and you'll decide if it's anyone's business what you did or not. I mean, for some of you, it will be so obvious that you can't say anything. For me, I don't know. I think people probably just think I lost weight or something, which I didn't. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, thumbs up. If you are interested in seeing more of the videos concerning the breast reduction surgery, then subscribe. Also, if you're people who would enjoy seeing other things that I might have to share, because I do try to share other things on my channel. Life on the West Coast versus life on the East Coast, because it is different and people look at you differently. They look at this differently. Though this is temporary and I can fill you in on more on this. I just started doing this. No, I'm not part of a cult. I'm not. I like tattoos. I'm trying to decide if I want to make a tattoo permanent, and I'm doing it right now in areas that are visible, so I can see how I feel about judgment, because judgment, we all do it, and people judge and they see, and you know, and I just want to see how I feel. Anyway, I could go on and on and on. I could go on and on. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.